We are without a doubt the most beautiful and eye-catching boat in the bay, and I heard it was a bit of a labour of love to get it looking slick and flush. This is a Swan 100 model, marble in the showers, granite on the sink tops, and again lots of really beautiful carpentry. So let's go check out Red Sky together. Red sky in the morning, sailors take warning. Red sky at night, sailors delight. Red sky at dusk, well, that's probably a stunning swan. Freshly for sale, immaculately maintained, and lying here in the beautiful waters of Newport, Rhode Island. When I was asked to film this 100-foot yacht on behalf of Bill Titus of Northrop & Johnson, I could hardly believe my luck, because I knew this boat already. This is the first ever Swan 100, launched back in 2003 for an experienced owner with a clear and deliberate mindset. And there was nothing pared back or conservative about the design, because she was, of course, bright scarlet. Nautor Swan built her in Finland to a design by the legendary sailing yacht designer Frers, and she's lived a busy life since then. Strength, speed, style, and safety all rolled up into one crimson package. Well, we are without a doubt the most beautiful and eye-catching boat in the bay, and it is moments like these that remind me how fortunate I am to be able to show you these incredible yachts in such incredible destinations. So we're here in a place called Mackerel Cove, which is about a 20-minute sail from the main town of Newport, and Captain Dwayne and his crew popped the sails up and Red Sky has just cantered along at about 7 knots. So we didn't have all that much wind, but it was a very dry, smooth and comfortable ride. And that just reminds me why Nautor Swan is one of the most successful sailing yacht brands in the world. Now, I've been to a lot of Swan events and I've sailed on a lot of Swans as well. And one thing that the chairman of Nautor Swan, Leonardo Ferragamo, who is also behind the fashion brand Ferragamo, one thing he always says is, you can buy a sailing yacht for cheaper, but our customers won't, because a swan is a swan. And what that means is that if you want to be a part of the Swan Club and own a Swan, you're going to have to pay a premium for a truly top quality sailing yacht. Luckily for you though, this boat is not brand new, and considering the cachet of the builder and her designer, and the fact she's only been on the market once in her life, this is her second ownership, she is very reasonably priced. I also think, having been on board briefly and sailed on her, she really does carry the Maxi Swan stamp for seaworthiness and performance. And she lived a very bright life over the last few years. She recently raced in the St. Bart's Bucket, and she's also crossed the Atlantic on multiple occasions. So let's go check out Red Sky together. Before we delve into Red Sky properly, let me just remind you of some specs. Red Sky is 100 feet or 30.5 meters. She has a beam of 23 feet or about 7 meters. She has a minimum draft of 13 feet and 2 inches or about 4 meters, and a maximum draft of 13 feet and 6 inches or about 4.1 meters. and the yachts in this range have a slender volume of about 91 gross tonnes. She was delivered in 2003 by Nautor Swan, and she has a 3-cabin layout for 6 guests, plus the option of a Pullman for a 7th guest, and with additional complement for 4 crew. She is built in composite with a teak deck, and she has a maximum speed of 12 knots and a cruising speed of 10 knots, plus a range of 900 nautical miles. We'll talk about her performance, both under sail and under engine power, in just a moment. Now, I know you're probably itching to take a closer look at the boat and you're shouting at me to start the tour, but before we get cracking, I just want to tell you a little bit about Red Sky's sailing prowess, because I think it's important to help you familiarise yourself with the boat and understand exactly what type of sailing boat you're looking at. And also because the captain told me prior to shooting that one of the key selling points about Red Sky is just how easy she is to handle and sail. So, you're looking at a carbon fibre mast with in-boom furling. She also has captive reel winches for the mainsail, the head sail and the mainsail halyard, and what they're going to do is allow single-handed sailing from joystick controls on both of the helm stations. She's also got a very recent sail package from a brand that I really like, which is North Sails. So let's dive into our tour at the very aft of the boat. So we're just aft of the cockpit, and underfoot you can see we have this lovely teak decking. Now this was all designed in 2019. They pulled up all the old teak, put this new stuff down, and I heard it was a bit of a labour of love to get it looking slick and flush. I think it's really paid off. So standing at the back, looking forward, you can see this is where we're navigating from. We've got some lovely circulation here, whether we're working or playing. We have the twin helm positions that I mentioned earlier, both of them with a bolster seat. The centre consoles have pretty recently been installed, and you control the whole boat from these 2 centre consoles. And you also have these very nice companion seats here, so while you're driving you can have a little bit of a chat with someone. The cockpit is shaded by a custom-built carbon dodger. Now this is a recent addition to the boat, and it is of course a permanent structure as opposed to a bimini awning, so it really does protect in all weather conditions. There are skylights overhead and a transparent windshield forward, so you won't feel totally separated from the sailing. They are not out today, but you can find some rather nice curtains that will enclose this space even further. The seating area itself is nice, it's snug, it's intimate. These sofas are moulded, so you're going to feel quite secure here whether you're underway or at anchor, and you can see the table here extends in and out according to how many people you have. You're also very conveniently located next to some storage here, and also 2 little shelves which are fridges, so you can flip this open, grab a nice cold drink and enjoy the space. And you've also got the companionway leading into the interior, which is where we're going to go now. This living space is well sized and it has everything you could possibly need, and as I said, the space is drenched in natural light. There's plenty of Scandi style, blonde and honeyed woods, and a lot of the wood that you see here is satin varnished teak, and the carpentry is really stellar. The overheads are finished in soft acoustic leather fabric, and this glass cabinet holds a sprinkling of glassware, all of it embossed with the Red Sky name and logo, and all of it sold with the boat. There's a second fridge in here as well, a little love seat, and one thing that's particularly cool is a small control panel that you can totally control the boat from in inclement weather. You can steer from down here, engage the autopilot if you need to, manage the throttle and pretty much everything. So as I mentioned, this is a Swan 100 model, and one thing that Nautor Swan is pretty well known for is being able to really customize models in a certain model line. So each model is cut from the same cloth, but there are distinct differences between each model. And the distinct difference on this particular yacht, Red Sky, is the raised pilot house. So actually, this pilot house is about as raised as you could make it on this model. And what that means is that everything else below it has been brought up as well. So the overhead in the engine room just below us has been raised. And in this area, everything has been raised as well, particularly the seating area, which you can see is up a bit higher. It gives you some really supreme views and also lets in lots of light and air. And that makes this living area feel so livable. Forward of the pilot house area, down a small set of steps, you have the beginnings of the crew area, but it's very nicely structured in that it's still kind of a guest area if you want it to be. You have a desk that looks over the navigation station where you can monitor things like water depth, wind speed, wind direction, GPS, weather systems. It's also worth noting that Red Sky has a recently upgraded PLC system which monitors alerts and alarm systems. These areas are all pretty generous. Obviously on sailing yachts, every inch of space is going to try and be used to the max, and I think they've achieved that in here. Here you also have access to the galley, where there's a dishwasher and a gas burning stove, which seems like a really cute touch, but there's also an electric stovetop here as well. The crew cabins are further forward, and they comprise 2 crew cabins, each with a head and a shared shower. This door here leads into your enclosed engine room, and just to help you understand where we are just below the salon here. The engine room is finished in fire-resistant soundproof materials and is nicely laid out. The main engine is a Cummins QSB 6.7 305 MDI, which has clocked about 3,560 hours as of July 2025. This was added in 2019, along with the day generator. Both of these things, I'm told, were pretty hard to install as they had to be hoisted in through a bespoke hatch through the coach roof, all with a margin of less than 2 inches of clearance. If you're wondering about the tender ops, Red Sky has a towable Williams diesel jet tender of about 4.51 metres. In terms of toys, she carries diving gear, dive compressor, wakeboard and water skis. So as we come down from the salon and move aft, we come into our guest accommodation. You can see there's lots of lovely warm wood down here, and we're looking at 3 cabins total. So we have 2 which are configured as twins, and one of them has a Pullman berth very discreetly tucked away on the wall. And then we have our master cabin, which I'm going into right now. So come and check it out. You've got a lovely centerline berth here, a little seating area on one side, and a vanity on the other. So plenty of creature comforts in here, but also little pieces of jewellery as well. So you've got marble in the showers, granite on the sink tops, and again, lots of really beautiful carpentry. The TV in the owner's cabin is neatly tucked away behind this oil painting and wooden screen. And you have light coming in from more skylights. I love how bright and glossy this paintwork is. The shade is Vivid Red by All Grip, and I think the seamlessness and the flawlessness of it is a really fitting testament to just how well maintained this boat is. Never chartered, always kept to a strict maintenance schedule and lovingly cared for by her current owner and crew. Now, while I was in the process of researching this boat, I found an interesting article where a former crew member describes calling this boat Red Sled affectionately. And a former skipper was also talking about one account on board Red Sky where they were going through some pretty big weather. I think it was in the Gulf of Mexico. And he said he was freaked out because the waves are really high, the winds are really strong. And the other captain on board took him to one side and he said, "What are you so afraid of? Don't you know this boat is a swan? You'll break way before this boat does." And if that's not a testament to how safe, strong and seaworthy this boat is, I don't really know what is. If you want to give Red Sky a spin for yourself, the person to call is Northrop & Johnson's Bill Titus. I'm sure he'll be very happy to accompany you here in the beautiful waters of Newport, Rhode Island, where Red Sky is laying. I'll put his details on the screen for you. In the meantime, that's all from me. Don't forget to like and subscribe, leave me a comment, and I'll see you in the next video.